Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Tyrone back with Tech Life. And here I have a great article for you guys from the Mobile Report. I will leave a link to it in the description so you guys can check it out. So the reason I feel this is important, and this will help T-Mobile for the home internet address verification, is so now a user that actually went through the proper channels, got approved, his or her address is actually qualified for the service. Now they no longer have to fight with other people in the neighborhood that are not qualified for capacity, if you will. So now the user that's actually meant to be on the sector that got qualified now should have the adequate amount of capacity needed for him to run his entire household. See, that's the issue that I dealt with at the last address that I was at. I was actually qualified for the product, but when I spoke with level, I think it was tier 2 engineers, that emailed back to the support rep, they were saying, hey, look, this tower is 95% utilization rate during peak hours, and there's a ton of FWA traffic on the sector. And then that immediately told me, like, hey, this is still in beta. This is new. There's no way they let this amount of people onto the sector. So that was part of people using other addresses to get approved in areas that did not have that many openings. And that's what the engineer listed in the email. This area should have not had this many FWA openings. So now you're scaling back with this verification, but you're actually, for those who actually stuck around, you're helping them out have a better experience because they are actually qualified to have the service in that area. So that's why I feel this is very important. Early on, very, very early on, this probably didn't matter much because T-Mobile had tons of capacity to go around. But now everything is more mature. They have more devices on 5G. They have more 5G users. They have more FWA users, and that usage is increasing. So now T-Mobile has to take measures to really control the areas and only give access to the people that are meant to have it. And that's how T-Mobile analyzed it and ran the statistics. They checked it on a sector by sector basis, and they said, with, I don't know the amount of years, but with, let's say, 3 to 5 years of mobile growth, will this tower congest with current usage, including the mobile growth? And if the calculations came back and it says you're fine, you have all this extra capacity, then they let certain amount of homes and apartments onto the sector. That's how it was calculated. But I think that just spiraled out of control, and now it's kind of coming back to bite them in the behind, and now they're trying to correct it. This is a good move overall. When you're thinking about it, this is a good move because this needs to be controlled. It needs to be under control so they don't have an issue with churn getting out of control because there's users in any given neighborhood on a sector that are not supposed to be using the service. So that's just something that I wanted to address in this video. It needed to be done. T-Mobile will continue to scale FWA where it's supposed to scale. Keep that in mind. We have to talk about that. They have to sell it where it should be sold, not in areas that are not where it's not meant to be sold. They've either identified that with mobile usage or there's more mobile growth in that area that they can't support FWA. That's what they've identified, and that's why it's not available at the addresses when you're putting it in and you're not approved. So now, for those of you who have the service at an address that's not approved, you're now having to deal with the home internet light plans or the away plans, or T-Mobile will simply have you send the unit back, and then you have to choose another provider if you don't have one. So I know for some of you that got it that way, where you chose another address to get it at your address. I know that's going to be bad for you. You probably have dealt with an ISP, Cox, or whatever that's just not reliable. Maybe it gave you a headache, maybe bad customer service. You wanted another option. You got one using it that way, but it's just not going to work for T-Mobile. They have to monetize the right way, because if not, it's going to, the usage is going to get out of control. The sectors are going to take on more than what they should. So it's just all around a good move here. They need to continue. And we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens down the line. Like I said, there's more fiber talks on the way, more millimeter wave talks in early fall. So let's see what they plan. But for now, address verification is going to be a real thing. They're going to geo-lock the unit. If you are not approved, you might as well just send the unit back, because most of you already know that you weren't approved under your address. So just send the unit back and start looking for another provider. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like, share, subscribe. If you are new, follow my social media outlets. This is Tyrone with Tech Live. See y'all in the next one. Peace.